Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Whenever you're watching this video, I hope you're having a beautiful day. I am relying 100% on the sunshine behind my computer to light up today's video. Well, all my videos actually. And it is really windy outside today, and so the clouds are moving all over the place across my window, which is creating light, dark, light, dark. So if you're watching today's video and you're like, is she having a rave in her office? Like, what's up with the strobe lights? It's just because the clouds are moving really fast. Let's get right down to business. I have been getting a lot of messages from people in our community saying, I tried keto, or I tried high fat, or I tried doing low carb, or gluten-free, or dairy-free, or I went vegan, and I lasted 2 days, and then I gave up because I craved gummy bears, or life got in the way, or it's too hard to cook for my entire family plus me and do all these different meals. And so I wanted to make a video to explain transition and how to change from one eating style to the next without failure and without feeling like you're stuffing yourself into a little box and you have no options, because that's like a crash diet, and we're not in the business of crashing. We are here to improve our life and find an eating style that works best for us, not that feels restrictive and yucky. I am not one to say, go for it, willpower, you just have to push through it. I really don't think that life should be about pushing. I believe it should be about grace and ease, and we know that we're in the right space when it's coming with grace and ease. To give you a brief overview, just so that you know where I came from, 10 years ago I ate out at McDonald's every day. I loved the cheeseburger meals. I loved my Eastside Mario's endless breadsticks and unlimited pasta. To go from that to eating a low-carb, high-fat eating style, and primarily based on whole foods and nutrient-dense items, to go from the McDonald's almost every day to that took me about 10 years. To go from processed foods to vegetarian to a processed food vegan to a whole foods vegan to a raw vegan and juicing, and then to gluten-free and dairy-free and grain-free and paleo, and then to low carb and high fat and ketogenic. So the last 10 years have had a lot of change in my eating style and new ways to feed myself, and I will continue to adapt to what my body tells me. To make a long story short, is if you're struggling with the eating style that you feel that you would best resonate with, that's okay. If you know where you want to go, that's a huge thing. If you know where your body is happiest, that's great. Getting there requires baby steps. So for example, if you want to be high fat, low carb, a great first step is going gluten-free. Do that for a couple of weeks. Once you've transitioned there, I really firmly believe that a lot of people shouldn't be eating dairy, so maybe you try going dairy-free. How do you feel? Okay, awesome. Now you're gluten-free and dairy-free. And then you can go grain-free. Well, how does that feel? Do that for a couple of weeks. Then you can look at the paleo eating style. Start looking at your sugar intake. Once you are focused on whole foods, you're not eating grains or sugar or gluten or dairy, then it's a great time to try low carbohydrate, high fat, ketogenic eating, like the one that I outline in my book, The Keto Beginning. Because at that point, it's just about changing a couple of things to make that next step. Increasing your fat, lowering your carbohydrates, and that can take a couple of weeks to get used to too. So do you see that transition from going from like a grain-free, sugar-free space to doing low carb? Easy step. From eating McDonald's every day or going out a lot and eating a lot of processed foods to eating a low amount of carbohydrates, a ton of fat, all whole foods, a bunch of kale. That's a huge shock. And yeah, of course, after 2 days, you're like, give me a freaking gummy bear, because your body is still over here thinking that this is the eating style that you are eating. So if this resonates with you and you're like, okay, I want to make a change in my eating style, but I don't know how to do it, and I don't have the time to sift through a bunch of recipe books and blogs in order to get recipes to figure out how I even do this gluten-free, dairy-free, sugar-free thing. I created a meal plan program. These are meal plans that are sent out to you every week on Tuesday, and they are complete with the breakfast, lunch, dinner, snack, recipes, shopping lists, everything you need to go gluten-free and dairy-free, and then to transition to grain-free, sugar-free, nut-free if that's a problem for you, and also soy-free. So if you're like, I want to make a change, but I don't even know where to start, these can be really helpful for you. Learning new ways of cooking and different ingredients, how to transition to the next phase in your healthy journey. And so for those watching today, if you use the coupon code SUMMER25, you'll get 25% off your meal plan subscription if what I'm saying resonates with you and you want to give it a try. I have included a link right here to my meal plan program. You will be getting meal plans every Tuesday morning, and it's good for one person, and you just multiply if you have more people in your family that you want to feed. And the great thing about this is it doesn't have to be a lifelong thing. In fact, I don't want it to be a lifelong thing. The reason I set up this program was so that people could use it as a transition to other eating styles and for that support. And it goes so well with my ketogenic eating plan because once you finish your meal plan, say a couple of months down the road, you're now grain-free and sugar-free and you're totally rocking it, then you can transition to keto and have so much more success. And there will be less failures, more wins, and a lot less feeling like you're restricted and trying to fit yourself into a box. I hope that that was helpful, and that if you are attempting to switch to a different eating style that you know that you would thrive on and you're having issues with getting there and you end up giving my meal plan a try, I would love to hear what you think. Or maybe you already get my meal plans and you want to comment below about how much you love them, how they've helped you. That would be fabulous. So I hope you've enjoyed today's video. If you like what I shared, you should subscribe to my channel. I've included a link right here. You can go to it, subscribe, and you will get new videos every week. Every Wednesday, I publish a new video. And with that, I will see you next week. Have a good one. Bye.